Okay, hello everyone, I'm Shogun. Okay, in this lesson, we need to do some things. We might need some UI. How do we do it? Before we continue writing, let's handle the UI stuff first, because here we need to see health points with UI for everyone to feel it. How do we do it first? We need to create a health bar widget first. Let's load it. Okay, it's opening now. Okay, then come over here. Let's create a folder like this. Let's create a UI. Let's just put all the UI stuff out. Let's prepare a common folder first. Let's take a look, okay? Let's first prepare a status. This is what we use to hold the status. Then we also prepare one for the character. Look at the info, okay. Now let's prepare a UI. Here, we first make it inherit from UIVGIT and we call it VPP, game menu. Okay, alright, we'll leave that for now. In this status, we will create 3 bars separately. For the first one, this bus, we give it a VBP. Hues, I guess. For the second one, we give it a... Let's create it this way. PDT. Mano, I guess. And for the third one, we give it an one VBPVP. Then let's give it an enemy. Okay, then let's rate this health value first. And then, it's actually very simple. Let's open it. Okay. Let's give it a size box first. Give it a size box. Let's fix the size to make it easier for us to work. It's 80. Let's give it 15. Okay. Then inside, set it. This UI is not our focus. That's all that's needed. Okay. Then after duplicating it, we give it a progress bar. Then this progress bar, we give it duplicate it. Then I'll set the personal to 0.5. Then set the health to red. We give it a text, put it here, and for this one, we center it. Click the wrong one. This we give it a number. After that, we make the font a bit smaller. Let's set it to 16 or 8. Setting it to 8 is fine. For the meaning, we set it to 100. Okay, after doing this, we go to our logic layer. Some of our logic layer is written in Blueprint, but I recommend that for UI logic like this, you'd better use Blueprint to learn it. Remember to check this box, otherwise you might not be able to change this, okay? Okay, when we need to change the color here. Change it to green. This way it's easier to distinguish. That is our below the light paper. Then when we construct, we need to do this one thing. But when we absorb, actually we also need to bind. So absorbing is binding. When we construct, we first get our all-in player. It definitely has a all-in player. Then inside the online player, it has a, when we possess bound, an event will occur. Then we need to, based on this event, when the player controlling this character, 搬白导士, we need to update the health value change. Then in this place, we call it gate pump. This should be gate control pump. Then here we manually call it. Yes, good. Here, manually call it once. Then pass in the new pump. Because there might not be a pump initially. Okay. Then after we get it, what do we need to do? Actually, at this point, we need to distinguish. Because we have the old and the new, we definitely need to unbind the old one. So first, at this point, go to find house component. That is, we will look for this house component. First, this actor must exist. This actor must exist, what we need to protect. So we can write it directly here. If this thing exists, if the old thing exists, then we will definitely bind it. Then we need to unbind. This is unbound. This should be for health points. So here when health points change, we need to handle the unbinding. And then here, we also need to the max of this auxiliary. Yes. Then we'll also create this event while we're at it. We'll use the world dispatcher here because we can't really connect it here, not the world dispatcher. We'll create an event of this type because we can't place the connection anymore. There are too many places to write this thing. Okay, good. As for this method, we'll just have it create. Okay, so this is unbinding, right? Then we definitely need to bind the new one. So let's look at our new pawn. Does it have this health component? If some of it is available, we just bind it. So obviously here, we need to pull a line down. And then we bind here. Of course, this event is definitely the same event. Okay. Okay. Good. After we finish binding here, we definitely need to write a method to refresh our panel. So we write a method like this. As for this method, we write it here. We call it init. Well, yes, okay, exposed health value. Then the timing for calling it is here. Call it here. Okay. Good. So after we bind it like this, it may not necessarily trigger. So it's best to, there's something new. It's best to manually retrieve it. We'll just get health. Get health. Promote to variable. This might not be very concise here, but it doesn't affect much. We do it this way. This variable is health. This is get max health. Okay, we should have one more. One more. Gate normalized. Then we give it a variable called normalize. Okay, after that is done, we can do some initialization work in this init bar. So basically, after we bring this progress bar over, we do a set %. And here we can just copy this value directly. As for the text on this side, we need to handle it. We have obtained this number. We set it text. Good. Okay. Then we concatenate it here. We concatenate it. We concatenate these two values. This makes it easier for everyone to see. Okay. Good. Basically, this is fine. Then we have a black bar here. We put here. We give it a canal. It has a canal. Then we write one here. Then we give it this as content. Okay, then we position it below. Then we give it 0.5 to center it. This should be 0.5. We give it 1. Then give it 1. Okay, then we give this distance 500, 200, or machbart. Like this. Okay. But we can make the length a bit longer. It feels like this length is a bit short, but this is a small detail. You can adjust it yourself. Make it thicker. Then give it a second group. Okay. Now we have another such menu. Then we go to our HUD. Go to our HUD. Here we are. Then here we begin and create a widget. We find the menu and then we add true. Players report either works. Then, actually it's better to add a delay here. A slight delay. Because at the very beginning, some components might not have been created yet. So we might give a delay of 0.2 seconds. Let it display the entire menu a bit later. Okay, now let's start 2 players and take a look. Okay, you can see that this value here doesn't seem to have been initialized. The reason for this is actually quite simple. It should be because we didn't write the code here. It's probably because this code wasn't written. Right here, this first one should be update health. This one is update next health. And then we'll write a method here. It's to avoid this max health because it needs to be the denominator as the denominator to prevent it from having this kind of, if 0 is used as the denominator, when we consider it approximately equal to 0, we just give it an infinite value. Just handle it this way for now, because these are all small details. Everyone can handle it on their own. Then here, we manually first filter this value because it's health. So here, we just adjust it directly. Okay, this updates health. Then when we update the maximum value, we first take this value, set it to the maximum value, then we filter it again. After filtering is complete, we then proceed with our division. Let's have a dialogue, okay? Now let's take a look whether this value has been successfully virtualized. Hey, you see, this value seems it hasn't been very coarsened. Let's check what the reason is. Because it seems to be 2 zeros here, we found that we wrote unbound here. This should be bound. This is a bit strange. It should be bound highest 1000 level. This should be bound max highest 1000 level. We wrote 2 bindings here. It should be a mistake here. Okay, then let's execute it again here. It still doesn't have it. Let's check again. Is there something else written wrong? Actually, the reason for this, you'll find it can't be obtained here, is because we missed some code. We missed the code because we found it is always 0, because it proves that we missed something during initialization. It should be in our character. We missed it. Let's find it. It should be in this database. It has a make begin play here. Here we missed something. We need to, at this point, when our ability registration is complete, we need to let it execute. This is in its ability system. So this one doesn't need to execute on the server. Because on the client side, the server still needs to execute it, because at this point, it is something we can be sure of. That is, this trobuzet must exist, because by now, we've already reached begin play. So everything is definitely corresponding. It has already been constructed and exists. So here, we need to perform an initialization, because, right, so we just need to start it again at this point, and it's fine. Then you can see that now it's normal. Let's extend the HUD time a bit longer. Because this thing, it might be due to a timing issue. There will be a timing issue. You might say, you might be able to get the A3 beeves. It might really not have charged up anyway. In online game development, there is often a timing issue. We are just handling it temporarily here, okay? And now we are starting up. You can see this place, right? It might be a bit small. Everyone can adjust this style themselves. Good. And then we can see over here, there seems to be an issue with where his health is updating. Let's check again. Obviously, this part is not connected here. This new value is not connected. This is also an oversight, a small detail. Sometimes the eyes are not visible. You can see that the health value is triggered normally. Right. But we still can't properly handle death and such yet. We're not in a hurry. Next, we will move on to handling death. Damage numbers. We'll do that after the death handling is complete. We'll do it then. You can see, look, this part is fine. This proves that the damage has been successfully applied, and the health value has also been deducted. And everyone, following our same logic, go ahead and align this mana bag. Just write it the same way. It's just that when you write it, this part, when it retrieves it for you, it retrieves this. What we call it is, well, this one, just swap this event out, okay? That concludes this lesson for everyone.